Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So I'm here today with another disc replay haul, and we are running the gamut here. So I have DVDs, a Blu-ray, and some 4K discs to share with you guys, including one collection that is just awesome. It's not a holy grail or anything like that, but it is a really cool piece that I am so happy to have in my collection. Even if I might own it back here on Blu-ray already, still, I'm very happy to have it, and so I will save that one for the very end, but I am excited to share it with you guys. So, yeah, let's just do this. If you guys have a second, though, before we get into it, if you can hit that like button, that engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to another disc replay, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K haul. Alright, so we'll start with DVD, and of course, there's 6 of them, so you know I did the buy 3, get 3 for these DVDs. The first one here is House of Flying Daggers. So this is a movie that I've not seen before, but have always been intrigued about, and yeah, it looks like a movie that I'm going to enjoy. So, Hero is another one. Like, Hero is one of the very first DVDs I remember being gifted when I was younger, and it's in my collection still, but I've yet to watch it, so I'd love to do like a double feature with Hero and House of Flying Daggers. I don't think they're related. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me down below. But they just seem, very similar to me. So yeah, looking forward to finally checking out these films, this one and Hero. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, it's from the same director of Hero. That's why they're probably tied together in my head. But yeah, so House of Flying Daggers from the director of Hero. I'll have to do a double feature of the two of them. Next up is the film adaptation of one of my favorite plays of all time. I have done so many monologues from this play at auditions and just in classes and whatnot. This is Angels in America. So this one is directed by Mike Nichols, and of course Tony Kushner wrote the screenplay, and he is the author of the original play. So this is a very well-known play at this point, and this was, I believe, like an HBO version of this, and it was wonderfully done. Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, Emma Thompson listed on the front there. Just an amazing cast for this, and a beautiful story. This deals with like the AIDS epidemic back in whatever, the late 80s, I guess it would be, early 90s. And this was just an amazing film. This is a 6-hour movie. It's on 2 discs. This release is actually really cool. I feel like there may have been something else on the inside that's no longer here, but it is on 2 different DVDs, part 1 and part 2. So it's a 6-hour movie, but it's wonderful. So I cannot wait to revisit this one. So yeah, Angels in America, one of my all-time favorite plays. I managed to find a new sealed one in my buy 3 get 3. This is Major Payne with Damon Wayans. So this is a movie, like, I used to love this one when I was younger. It has been years since I've seen it, but I thought this would be a good one to add to the collection because it's really funny, at least, again, from what I recall. We are following Damon Wayans playing a drill sergeant. Like, it's as ridiculous as it sounds. But yeah, there's a lot of heart to this one as well, and I had a great time with it when I was younger, so I'm excited to revisit it and see if it holds up, and it's brand new. So that's always fun. So Major Payne with Damon Wayans. Here's a classic directed by Ivan Reitman. This is Bill Murray in Meatballs. So this is another one, like, I need to see this movie, and I've just never had access to it, or I never had it in my collection. And so now that it's here, I am excited to see what this one is all about. I've always heard great things about this movie over the years, and Ivan Reitman is an excellent director, so I'm hoping this one will be pretty good. Nothing on the inside. It looks like there might be something cool inside, but unfortunately there isn't on this one. But yeah, so excited to visit, or to check this one out for the first time. Apparently this is Bill Murray's feature film debut in his starring role. So yeah, excited to see if Meatballs is as good as I've heard over the years. Here's a double feature that I really would like to own on Blu-ray at some point, but since I saw it here and I was trying to do the buy 3, get 3, I figured I would pick it up this way. This is Ace Ventura Collection. So we have Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, the sequel, and Pet Detective, of course, the original. I'm not sure why I did those backwards, but here we are. So anyway, yeah, these are just stupid comedies with, Jim Carrey playing this titular pet detective. And they're on 2 different discs, fortunately, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, so I was a huge fan of the original when I was growing up. It is just so dumb, but it's so funny. At least it was. Again, it's been quite a while since I've seen this, but I've always enjoyed that one. The sequel, I know I've seen it, but maybe only like once or twice, and I don't remember loving it as much as I liked the original, and I think that's kind of par for the course with this series. The original is just great, with the sequel being, maybe this follow-up wasn't needed. So, yeah, but either way, I'm excited to have both of these in the collection, and again, I would like to have the Blu-ray of these, but I think that is a little bit harder to find nowadays, so yeah, I'll stick with the DVD for now. The Ace Ventura collection. Last but not least is one from one of my favorite companies. This is an Asylum film, and this is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes. So I've actually heard really good things about this one, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. You can actually see I kept this sticker on there because it's an old Hollywood video sticker, which I don't see very often. So you guys know I love talking whatever the pull quote is, or the fake pull quote on the back. And this one says, an explosive, creature-filled mystery adventure in the vein of Harry Potter and Hellboy. Like, that's so ridiculous. Harry Potter and Hellboy. Okay, I will take it. But yeah, really looking forward to adding Sherlock Holmes to my Asylum collection, which I've been rearranging some things, and I actually have all of my Asylum DVDs all pulled out in one section now, so I'm happy to add this one to that part of my collection. So Sherlock Holmes from Asylum is the last of the regular DVDs I grabbed. So now let's talk Blu-ray, and then we'll move over to the 4K items. So I only have one standard Blu-ray here, but it's a good one in my book. This is John Ritter in Problem Child. I was so surprised to come across this at Disc Replay, and it was only like $5. Now, I would have loved to have found the sequel as well, but unfortunately, they just didn't have the sequel, so that part stunk. But I love this movie. This is another one from my childhood. Just such an annoying character, but I loved this when I was growing up. This one and the sequel. Of course, the sequel has, I'm going to totally forget his name, but Kramer from Seinfeld in it. And yeah, this is just, I don't know, this is like a annoying movie, but I always enjoyed it. So yeah, now I just have to find the sequel. This, of course, is just about a problem child. Like, the main character is this like evil little boy who's always getting into trouble, and just, you know, kind of the antics that go on there with his family. So yeah, this was always fun growing up, so I'm super excited to find this one on Blu-ray. Problem Child. Moving over to 4K now, and just some random ones here I found, and this is, I didn't even mention it, but this is like basically 2 months of kind of random Disc Replay pickups, and so I found this one quite a while ago, but this is Snake Eyes, so the G.I. Joe Origins story, and yeah, I've not watched this one yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. My buddy, I think it was my buddy that sent me this one, sent me the slipcover for Snake Eyes, and so because I had the slipcover, I was able to add the, you know, the regular packaging. I was able to add it to my purchase, so I was happy to have the slip with this one. But yeah, I honestly, like, I used to watch G.I. Joe when I was younger, but it has been so long, I know nothing of the mythos of G.I. Joe at all, so excited to finally dive into the series with Snake Eyes. Next up is one that I just needed to complete my collection. This is Rambo Last Blood, and I do own the entire Rambo series on Blu-ray. I just needed Last Blood in order to, yeah, you know, kind of complete that series. So yeah, looking forward to visiting this series. I've never watched a single Rambo film at all, which is ridiculous, but this is one that is like toward the top of my list. I really want to visit this series just to see if it's for me or not, because frankly, I have no idea. I'm guessing so, knowing, you know, what I know about it, but we'll see. No clue. Do you guys recommend Rambo? Is this a worthwhile series? Let me know what you think about this one down below, and kind of push me in the direction to watch it if you think I should. This one and Rocky, like, I need to watch both those series. But anyway, Rambo Last Blood for my Rambo collection. Next up is one that I was not planning to upgrade because I have the Blu-ray behind me here. Well, I did. Obviously, I don't anymore because I have the 4K now. But I just didn't know if I needed to upgrade it. But they had this one for like $5 on 4K. I think it was marked wrong. So I ended up upgrading to the 4K release of Super 8. Of course, a J.J. Abrams film with Spielberg producing it. And I really liked this movie when I saw it in theaters. But for whatever reason, it just, I don't know, it hasn't stuck with me. I haven't watched it again since theaters, I don't believe. Maybe I watched the Blu-ray I owned. I frankly don't even remember at this point. But yeah, this is one I definitely need to revisit this and see if it is as good as I remember, and maybe kind of get an understanding of why I don't have like such fond memories of it now. Like, why have I forgotten it? I don't know. But Super 8, yeah, very, very much in that Spielberg style of film, following a group of kids dealing with this like alien invasion basically, and it's really well done. So Super 8 on 4K. Excited to see how this disc looks. Like I said, these are from about the past 2 months, June and July. And this one I picked up right toward the beginning of June. I was actually shocked to see it at Disc Replay already for $8. This is Eternals. So one of the newer MCU films that I have still got to catch up on. I know I'm behind, but yeah, I figured why not grab it on 4K if it was that cheap. Like I said, it was like $8 when I bought it, if I remember right. So yeah, excited to get around to this one. Eventually, I do have to catch up to this point, but I will do that at some point in my life here, so I will definitely get around to watching Eternals. So yeah, we'll see if this one's any good. I know it's very divisive. I know a lot of people don't really like this one, but I don't know. I tend to like just big dumb action, so hopefully I'll enjoy it at least a little bit. And then the final 4K I picked up is one that, from what I hear, is actually a little bit difficult to find. And so I was really happy to find it with the slipcover at that. This is Moon with Sam Rockwell. So this is a movie that I don't remember if I loved it. I'll say I liked it when I watched it the first time. And I did own it on Blu-ray, but when I saw the 4K for like whatever it was, $10 or whatever, I figured, yeah, pick it up because, like I said, I've heard it's very difficult to come by. At least I've heard that in the past. So yeah, this is, who directed this one? Duncan Jones, that's right. So yeah, this is basically, we're following one person who is kind of trapped in this space station. And it's his story of, how he'll survive. It says here, 250,000 miles from home, the hardest thing to face is yourself. And that's really what it's all about, is kind of the mental struggles that he goes through trying to survive this. So yeah, it's a well done movie. Sam Rockwell is excellent in this, and so it's one I definitely recommend, but looking forward to revisiting this one on 4K to see if it looks any better and see if I like it maybe even more the second time through. So yeah, very happy to find Moon with the slipcover, which is just awesome. So that is the last of the 4K items I found. So let's jump over now to the box set I found that I am so excited about. So whenever I go to Disc Replay, they always have like a cart up front where they're getting ready to put things back. And I always check that out because then, you're getting kind of not necessarily the first dibs at things, but you're one of the first to look at things. And that's why I found this box set that I am so excited to have in the collection because it just is a cool set piece, basically. Whenever I think of this, I always think of Ken over at Mid-Level Media because it's one of his favorite releases. He has it in the background. Well, he did at one point of all of his videos. And yeah, so anyway, this is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, and it is just gorgeous. So this is the one that makes the picture with the spines. I love this. I never thought I'd have this in my collection. One, I thought if I found it, it would be really expensive, but honestly, this was like $7 at Disc Replay. It was super cheap. So I got a really good deal on it. I have no idea what it goes for online. It might be super cheap online too. I frankly have no idea, but I just never thought I'd come across it, especially in the wild. But this thing is so cool. Now, again, I own all of these on Blu-ray behind me, and I'm sure at some point they're going to release these on 4K. I'm hearing next year from some people, so maybe it'll be next year, but I will purchase them because I love this series. But this is something that will not leave the collection just because it's such a cool set piece. I love this. Like, I was so happy to come across this. And the other cool thing is that there is I'm going to pull this last one out here. This is the Nightmare series encyclopedia. Now, frankly, it might be on wherever my Nightmare collection is over here. It might be on there, but I don't know that it is. And I don't even, I'm not entirely sure what's on here, but it looks awesome. A documentary exploring the nightmares, a prelude to the labyrinth, and then the labyrinth weave through this interactive environment and unlock mysteries of the franchise. And then the index, an unabridged, clickable listing of the disc's contents. So, I don't know. Sounds interesting, but that's the only thing that I don't know for sure if I already owned or not. So I thought that was just a cool little thing to have in the collection. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just so cool. I love this. I'm so happy I was able to find this. And again, it's dusty and it's not in the absolute best shape, but it's as good as I'm going to find it, especially in the wild. So yeah, very happy to add this Nightmare on Elm Street collection to the series. It's all embossed and everything. This is just a cool release. But yeah, so happy to add the Nightmare on Elm Street collection to my physical collection. And that is the last of the items I found at Disc Replay in terms of anything used over the last couple of months here. All right, so there it is. Not the biggest stack, especially for 2 months, but honestly, I have been on a video game kick like mad. I have like 3 giant piles of video games over there to share with you guys at some point here in the near future. But so because of that, I've not been buying as many DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4K items. And frankly, the 4K has been super lackluster at Disc Replay recently. Just people aren't trading them in, which, when you think about it, I guess it makes sense, because people that buy 4K are going to be more like people like you and I, right? Collectors who don't necessarily want to get rid of things. So I understand why that's kind of the way it is. But before, they used to get a bunch of new releases in, and now it's very lackluster. So whenever something new comes in, I pick it up, like Moon. Like when you see that, I'm definitely going to grab it. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what have you guys been finding recently at your local used media stores, whatever they might be. And let me know what in this pile I should prioritize. The Rambo series, do I need to move that to the top of my list this summer? Like, let me know what you guys think about these and anything else down in the comments below. I always appreciate all of that support down there, so thank you so much for that. But as always, guys, if you did enjoy this one, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games. Like I said, I have a bunch coming for video games soon. Graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.